After about 10 hours of work, the design is starting to take shape. The volumes and shades are becoming visible. I only use dark shades on spots where I am 100% sure they belong. Other features are done in light shades, which I consider the base layout. When you draw without a full reference and figure out features as you go, you must remember to balance the contrast near the end. In this pyrography project, I need to add background first to set the base tone for the sky and place the clouds. After that, I will create the glass ball effect on the balloon. Since I want the balloon to blend into the picture, the glass must reflect the clouds and sky while showing the background through it. The engine inside the glass will have more contrast where the glass is transparent. It will fade in areas that reflect lights or clouds. That is the reason why the engine currently uses light tones. Creating the metallic effect is the tricky part. The engine is made of steel and brass. Some parts are polished while the others are rusty. This all is affected by the light and background. I am working carefully so I don't overdo the light areas that should stay bright. This design is very intricate. During the tracing stage, I realized I missed some lines. To fix this, I cut the original reference image to align it perfectly with my work and find the missing details. Once I find them, I use a pencil to make them clearer, as the original graphite layer on the wood is very thin. My process is trace it, outline it, and then use the burning tool to lightly establish the base layout. I take my time to find the base shades so I can recognize them later when balancing the effects. Now I will enhance certain spots where I'm sure the shade won't get any darker. I need this tone map to see how the design will look in real life. I want to avoid sanding any part of the engine later. I will only use a dentist tool for wide lining on the propeller and other shiny spots. This method might seem complicated because the tones aren't at full strength from the beginning. However, if you want a refined result, I recommend building it slowly. It really pays off when the final image is perfectly balanced. It makes the finished piece much more satisfying. Knowing the materials comes in handy at this early stage. Based on the kind of wood you are using, the materials behave differently. Also, different parts of the surface on one type of wood receive the heat differently. This is the reason why you should not go too hard. You can easily burn out areas that should have a similar tone value, and then the 3D illusion will not work as well. You can experience two different shades for the same heat setting and tempo, just because some of the wood grain is softer than the other. Especially if you are doing a large project, this will easily ruin it at the beginning and be very difficult to repair with sandpaper or a rotary tool. In my case, this maple is more resistant to overburning and takes the heat slowly. However, I have experienced some spots that I made darker than I wanted, even though I was careful. Also, the material has a darkest possible color from burning that you need to save for the darkest features. For now, the darkest area is the burner chimney that is going from the flying house to the glass balloon. That is my darkest tone, and if I want to make it lighter in the next phases, I will have a problem. I had to go softer on that at the beginning, so I hope it will not backfire on me in next steps. As I mentioned before, don't rush and take your time. This is not a rally. Play with the settings, test your tempo, and stay consistent and careful. If you will be careful now, you will save you a struggle at the end. Many times the difference between good and bad quality product depends on the time and patience invested in the process, and you can enjoy it even if it's slow.